For there are very few so foolish who would not rather govern themselves than be governed by others. The papacy is not other than the ghost of the deceased Roman Empire, sitting crowned upon the grave thereof. From whence it follows that where the public and private interest are most closely united, there is the public most advanced. Science is the knowledge of consequences and dependence of one fact upon another. Felicity is a continual progress of the desire from one object to another, the attaining of the former being still but the way to the latter. Wisdom, properly so called, is nothing else but this, the perfect knowledge of the truth in all matters whatsoever. Fear of things invisible is the natural seed of that which everyone in himself calleth religion. The right of nature is the liberty each man hath to use his own power as he will himself for the preservation of his own nature, that is to say, of his own life. Men look not at the greatness of the evil past, but the greatness of the good to follow. Nature has made men so equal in the faculties of the body and mind as that, when all is reckoned together, the difference between man and man is not so considerable. No arts, no letters, no society, and which is worst of all, continual fear and danger of violent death, and the life of man, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. A man's conscience and his judgment is the same thing, and as the judgment, so also the conscience, may be erroneous. No man's error becomes his own law, nor obliges him to persist in it. The condition of man is a condition of war, of everyone against everyone. The enemy has been here in the night of our natural ignorance and sown the tares of spiritual errors. It is in the laws of a commonwealth, as in the laws of gaming, whatsoever the gamesters all agree on is injustice to none of them. The greatest of human powers is that of being able to compel obedience. He that is to govern a whole nation must read in himself, not this or that particular man, but mankind. I put for the general inclination of all mankind a perpetual and restless desire of power after power that ceaseth only in death. For consisteth not in battle only, or the act of fighting, but in a tract of time wherein the will to contend by battle is sufficiently known. In a democracy, look how many demagogues, that is, how many powerful orators there are with the people. Competition of praise inclineth to a reverence of antiquity, for men contend with the living, not with the dead. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. The privilege of absurdity, to which no living creature is subject but man only. Such truth as opposeth no man's profit nor pleasure is to all men welcome. The universe, the whole mass of things that are, is corporeal, that is to say, body. A man cannot lay down the right of resisting them that assault him by force to take away his life. The value or worth of a man is, as of all other things, his price, that is to say, so much as would be given for the use of his power. Nature hath made men so equal in the faculties of the body and mind as that, when all is reckoned together, the difference between man and man is not so considerable. Power as is really divided, and as dangerously to all purposes by sharing with another an indirect power as a direct one. The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom, for in all the states of created beings capable of laws, where there is no law, there is no freedom. The praise of ancient authors proceeds not from the reverence of the dead, but from the competition and mutual envy of the living. Whatsoever is the object of any man's appetite or desire, that is it which he for his part calleth good, and the object of his hate and aversion, evil. True and false are attributes of speech, not of things, and where speech is not, there is neither truth nor falsehood. Appetite with an opinion of attaining is called hope, the same without such opinion, despair. The disembodied spirit is immortal. There is nothing of it that can grow old or die, but the embodied spirit sees death on the horizon as soon as its day dawns. Opinion of ghosts, ignorance of second causes, devotion to what men fear, and talking of things casual for prognostics consisteth the natural seeds of religion. Fear of power invisible, feigned by the mind or imagined from tales publicly allowed, is religion, not allowed superstition. If any two men desire the same thing, which nevertheless they cannot both enjoy, they become enemies. There are very few so foolish that they had not rather govern themselves than be governed by others. Respise finem, that is to say, in all your actions, look often upon what you would have as the thing that directs all your thoughts in the way to attain it. The flesh endures the storms of the present alone, the mind those of the past and future as well as the present. Gluttony is a lust of the mind. Prudence is but experience, which equal time equally bestows on all men in those things they equally apply themselves unto. Ignorance of the law is no good excuse, where every man is bound to take notice of the laws to which he is subject. Life itself is but motion, and can never be without desire, nor without fear, no more than without sense. And seeing every man is presumed to do all things in order to his own benefit, no man is a fit arbitrator in his own cause. It is many times with a fraudulent design that men stick their corrupt doctrine with the cloves of other men's wit. The original of all great and lasting societies consisted not in the mutual goodwill men had toward each other, but in the mutual fear they had of each other. Government is necessary not because man is naturally bad, but because man is by nature more individualistic than social. The secret thoughts of a man run over all things, holy, profane, clean, obscene, grave and light, without shame or blame.